Now, the first mistake that Netflix ever made was by handing over a $100 million contract deal to Meghan Markle to produce all of these nonsense productions on Netflix. We know that Polo was a massive failure. We know that With Love, Meghan is going to be an even bigger failure based on how much of the public actually rejects this thing, and the ratio that we have seen, likes compared to dislikes across all forms of social media, as truly abysmal at this point. We know that Greg Peters, the Netflix CEO, and the board of directors, they're all tangled up in a series of drama right now with Meghan Markle. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, all of this drama with Netflix and Meghan Markle, it goes beyond that because we know that Meghan is truly and desperately trying to cling on to her acting career. Whether it's a small or a large part or anything in between, she wants to stay in the limelight. She does not want to let go of the limelight, and we all see that, we all know that, and that's all of what's going on right now, both behind the scenes and in the public eye. Now, a lot of other studios are beginning to wake up and beginning to realize that Meghan Markle is either box office poison, or she's a ratings disaster attractor, and that's just the beginning of it all. Now, jumping into all of this, alright, what's interesting here has a lot more to do with Meghan Markle and her recent behavior after getting banned in the best way possible, as I could see it. We know that she is getting rejected outright by one studio after the other. They are dropping like dominoes at this point. But interestingly enough, we know that the woke media, we know that all of Hollywood, they are beginning to slowly but surely wake up. It's a slow turn of the tide. It's going to take years. But with multiple studios within Hollywood now getting rid of DEI, while other studios are still doubling down on that agenda, one major development now involves more drama between Meghan Markle and her status in Hollywood and her Netflix show Backlash as it continues to get worse. Now, one crucial update involves Meghan's recent behavior after she was banned from a major Hollywood studio, in this case Warner Brothers, and how her reaction is a telltale sign that she is beginning to realize and come to the realization that her career is coming to a close. This comes just weeks after WB made the call to ban Meghan Markle from WB after learning about her issues internally within Netflix. Already, Meghan Markle is now attempting and is in the process of creating a, get this, legal case against Netflix and, of course, WB, after she was not just banned entirely from the studio, in this case WB, /blacklisted, but also axed and fired from a new film that was going to be a spiritual successor to Horrible Bosses, with a new similar format. Already, Markle is blaming WB CEO David Zaslav for banning her from the studio over getting involved in political arguments, as well as labeling the CEO as a misogynist and frightened of hiring a powerful woman on the big screen for a new action comedy film. To make matters worse for Meghan Markle's sake is that she was going to be paid, get this, roughly $12 million for an action comedy film. Can you believe that? For this role, and was going to be the main character in the film. One of the first movies playing a major main character in a comedy. What set Meghan Markle in an even darker path is that she learned about that WB is up to right now, and what they are up to, in which they are hiring a new, younger actress to serve as a basic, replacement for her, and to replace Meghan's spot for the role, a recast, if you will. Meghan had a heated exchange with the creatives of this new film, that the new actress looks nothing like her for this new movie by WB, modeled after Horrible Bosses. It turns out that Meghan Markle was involved in the creative process for her character in the film that was going to be called Lily. Alright, so her character in this movie was going to be called Lily. Now, this character was designed by Meghan specifically, along with the WB artists that were working on the film, and they reportedly agreed that if a recast were to ever happen, they would actually respect her design. That turned out to be the opposite, and it's why now Meghan Markle is creating a legal case toward WB for that reason, as well as tensions continue to actually rise between herself and WB CEO David Zaslav. Now, guys, before I move on, one thing I will say is thank you, WB. Thank you, David Zaslav, for at least having some common sense. Now, for those of you that have been following me for years and years, you know that I'm a very big critic of David Zaslav as the CEO of WB, Warner Brothers. He's right up there with Bob Iger over at the Walt Disney Company, but he is below Bob Iger. He's not quite as bad. So this is a step in the right direction. I think that this definitely was a smooth move coming from Zaslav, really gaining some common sense that maybe working with Meghan Markle isn't the brightest idea. Now, we know that she was, had a role in Horrible Bosses back in, 2011? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I believe it was 2011. But interestingly enough, yet again, Meghan Markle is really coming to the realization that her career is just going down the drain. If you even want to say that she has a career at this point, right? She's really latching on to Netflix. That's really her own outlet at this point. Beyond that, a lot of these studios want nothing to do with her ever again or at all. Some of the studios that are still latching on to her, getting some cameos, getting some small roles in movies and or TV shows, are beginning to question themselves right now. What do we do, right? So moving onwards, alright, to actually continue on, other studios are now in the talks of dropping Meghan Markle from other roles that were going to either be small or in the form of cameos, like I said before, while other studios are still considering to keep Markle for their movies either playing herself or a fictional character in the form of a cameo. Much like Sunny Hostin, right? However, Warner Brothers wants nothing to do with divisive personalities or actresses anymore, further as they attempt to rebrand their image with a new slate of action comedy, drama-driven films. Now, that will eventually star brand new talent and new faces, not familiar to the public eye. Markle also has an issue with the actress as being an unknown, replacing her role in this new WB movie that is a spiritual successor to Horrible Bosses. Now look, again, I say spiritual successor, not a sequel to Horrible Bosses 2, not a Horrible Bosses 3, but modeled after those films. So, we know that Meghan Markle, right, she really, I think, is desperate, trying to make some kind of comeback after, her role in Suits was forever lost, and really not getting anything substantial after that. We know that at the same exact time, she wants to stay on the big screen or on streaming services in the people's homes out there around the world. She wants to be in the public eye. She wants to be in the limelight. Seems like she's quite obsessed with being a quote-unquote, and I'm putting up air quotes right now with my hands, an actress. She wants to stay like that, right? So again, I think that this was a great move by WB. It seems like that between their decision with Robert De Niro, Alec Baldwin, Julia Roberts, and now Meghan Markle, they are beginning to realize that actors and actresses like this, personalities if you will, are really not a good way to attract the proper, metrics that you want to, right? If anything, you're gonna shift away your metrics. You're gonna lose a lot of money. You're gonna lose a lot of potential new fans coming in or preventing yourself from gaining new fans, I should say. But overall, I would like to hear what everyone has to say about Meghan Markle and the ongoing drama between herself, her status in Hollywood, WB, everything else also going on over at Netflix right now. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.